Paying attention is being present, and it's a skill, just like golf or tennis. The more you practice it, the better you get at it. And you know when someone's present with you in your life because they're paying attention to you. And you know when they're not present with you because they're not paying attention to you. So now, what's the relevance of that? Well, there's an intelligence that's giving you life that's always present. And many people don't take the time to connect to it by being present, right? So if where you place your attention is where you place your energy, and all of your attention is in the present moment, you got a lot of energy in the present moment. Now think about this. When I talk about being present, I'm saying that once you fall into the generous present moment, according to the quantum model of reality, all possibilities exist in the eternal now. So most people, they wake up in the morning, they come back to their senses. Your brain is a record of the past. It's an artifact. It's circuits of everything you've learned and experienced to this moment. So people wake up in the morning and then they think about their problems. Those problems are connected to certain people, certain things at certain times and places. The moment they start thinking about the problems, they're turning on the circuits from the past. They're memories. All those memories are connected to emotions because emotions are the end product of past experiences. So that problem has the feeling of disgust, frustration, anger, judgment, hatred. And if how you think and how you feel creates your state of being, and thoughts are the language of the brain and feelings are the language of the body, that person's entire state of being is in the familiar past. And when you're in the familiar past, you crave the predictable future. So then what happens next? They come back to their senses, they sit up, they check their cell phone, they do their WhatsApp, they do their Twitter, they do their text, they do Facebook, they take a picture of their feet, they post it on Facebook, they tweet something, they check one email, they check another email, they check the news, and now their entire brain is connected to everything known in their life. Then they stand up and they go through a series of routine behaviors. They use the toilet, they go to the kitchen, have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, they go in the shower, they wash themselves the same way, they put on the same clothes, they walk out to the kitchen, they eat cereal with the same spoon, facing the same direction, they drive to work the same way, they do the same things, see the same people, and push the same emotional buttons, and they do this every day. So now their body is programmed into a predictable future based on what they did in their past, and they lost their free will to a program. And so now, if you're not getting up in the morning being defined by a vision of the future, then you'll be predictable in your life. You're left with the old memories of your past. So then, as I said, the stronger the emotion that you have with some problem or person in your present reality, the more you're going to pay attention to that person or problem. And if where you place your attention is where you place your energy, all of your energy and your attention is going to all these different people and problems and places. And now, every one of those people and problems and places has a neurological network in your brain. Throw in a little chemicals of stress, and now as you shift your attention from one person to one problem, you're activating those circuits, and if you're measuring a brain that's doing that, it's very incoherent. When the brain's incoherent, you're incoherent. So then, when I talk about the generous present moment, the person is sitting there and the body's going, well, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. You normally get pissed off, you normally get frustrated when you're in traffic. And we're on a schedule here, and, well, you're not in traffic, you're sitting with your eyes closed. The body goes, well, let's just get a little irritated, right? And you make that person become aware that that feeling of irritation is the body craving that addictive emotion, and you settle the body back down into the present moment, and you unfold back into possibility. Every time you do that, you're reconditioning the body to a new mind, and you're telling it it's no longer the mind, that you're the mind. And now your will is getting greater than the program. And then the body says, well, it's 11 o'clock. This is normally when you check emails and judge everybody that sends you an email. And now you're sitting there, the body's looking to judge. And then all of a sudden you get images in your brain of your ex or your coworker or whatever. And all of a sudden you realize that that emotion is connected to them. And you settle the body back down into the present moment, and you lower the volume to that emotion. And when you do that, you take your attention off that person or thing, and now you're breaking your energetic bond with everyone and everything in your life. And now you're calling energy back to you. Now that is available energy to heal. That's available energy for you to design a new destiny. And when that energy comes back, it's chaotic energy. Well, the person's going through this disturbance internally, and yet they're working with their body, and there'll come a moment The body's the animal, just like training an animal. Sooner or later, it's going to surrender to the mind. And when it does, there's a liberation of energy. And now the person doesn't want to think about the predictable future, their familiar past, doesn't want to get up and open their eyes, doesn't want to go to the bathroom or eat anything. They're so happy in the present moment that they freed themselves from the chains of their own personal limitations. And the side effect of that is called joy. Joy is the absence of that habituation or that emotion that's been conditioned.